Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't a new, it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like?
So for context, real quick, this is obviously Kevin Hart. If you know who he is, he's a very big comedian. He's been around for a long time, super famous, super popular. I used to be a fan of his older work, not so much anymore. I think he's over the top now a little bit, but that's beside the point. The point is, he recently had a roast, and I've been meaning to cover this video for a while. I just hadn't gotten around to it. But he recently had a roast, and in the roast, there was a joke made by a comedian, and I'll play it here in just a second, that was basically making fun of George Floyd. Now, we know, as I've said before, that George Floyd was a lifelong criminal who actually died of an overdose and wasn't actually killed by a cop, and that's my personal opinion. But obviously, a lot of the black community, majority of the black community feels like he was wrongfully murdered by the cop, right? That is the going narrative within majority of the black community. And so he was made fun of by Tony Hinchcliffe in the roast. And a lot of people were up in arms about the fact that Kevin Hart just sat there and laughed about it or took the joke. And now he's in the Black Breakfast Club and he's saying, this is what they do. So I'm actually happy that Kevin Hart isn't backing down. And again, here's the clip of the joke. And then we're going to listen to what Kevin Hart has to say, what the people at the Breakfast Club has to say, and then I'll give you guys my little rundown.
Done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean,
okay.
That's why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that joke.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I liked Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say anything about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke in it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the one thing I will give credit to Charlemagne here, because again, if we're being consistent about this, Pete, what's his name? The one that dated Kim Kardashian for a little while. He was on SNL. I can't remember his name, but I know his first name is Pete. Pete had a nasty joke about Charlie Kirk, right? If you want to be consistent on it, about it, I thought, in my opinion, both jokes were distasteful. Maybe you don't make those jokes. You don't joke about Charlie Kirk, what happened to Charlie Kirk, and then you don't joke about George Floyd, regardless of how I feel about it, right? You know how the black community feels about it. But again, he joked about it, but nobody in the black community is outraged about the joke about Charlie Kirk, but they are outraged about the joke about George Floyd. And if you want to be consistent, then both jokes should be considered nasty and verboten. You shouldn't say those jokes. But no, they were only offended about one joke. But I give credits right here to Charlemagne the God for saying that he didn't like the fact that Pete joked about Charlie Kirk that way. But again, that's the point of the roast, right? And again, I applaud the fact that Kevin Hart is saying, look, listen, that's the point of the roast. We may not agree with the joke, but this is what they do. This is what these comedians do. That is the point of the roast, is to push boundaries. And that's always been the point of comedy in general, is to push boundaries. Is for you to be able to say the things that you normally wouldn't get away with saying in any other kind of setting. In any other kind of context. Because everybody knows it's comedy. You may not find that joke personally funny, but we know at the end of the day, it's just comedy. And a lot of people may find certain jokes distasteful, but a lot of other people may find that same joke funny. And you may find another joke that's hilarious, and a lot of people may find that specific joke that you found hilarious distasteful. But that's the thing with comedy, right? It's comedy. But you had a lot of people that were talking about canceling Hinchcliffe and then trying to cancel Kevin Hart over it because he allowed it to happen and he laughed about it, or he just sat there and thought it was okay to say that. He didn't get up and do a Will Smith and slap the shit out of Tony for saying something about Saint Floyd. Like, let's be honest here. So again, I do give credit to Charlemagne for saying that the Charlie Kirk joke was nasty. If he also found the joke about George Floyd nasty, because then he's being morally consistent, right? Hey guys, Gil here. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support my work, I have links in the description box below. Now, let's get back to the video.
Would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what, I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said
no shot to you.
No, okay. that's no.
I'm never watching it.
That's fine.
I just want to be clear. I'm never watching that. Like,
I only brought it up.
Even now that you told me, I'm not going to go back and go look at that interview.
Because he's a fan.
But I just want to make it clear so you understand what I do with my time. Like, I'm never doing that. Okay, go ahead.
I just asked because he's a fan of you. Mm-hmm. He saw the joke and it picked up pretty big. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if you saw it, but he basically said, like, as a fan of you and knowing that you came to the funeral to support his family, even though it's a roast and Tony, that's what he does, they expected you to kind of be the person that would, like, stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes? All right. Racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See, then
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad. Said that they were running a train on my mom in
that was hilarious,
right?
It was that was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Regina
killed that,
right?
Yes, oh wait, that's right. You probably should say killed
that. The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with, like, the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to us. We didn't like it. Okay. Hey, man, fuck that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of, like, oh man, the motherfuckers, they do this and they're attacking the culture.
He's 100% correct. I never understood why black people stand on or are willing to die on hills that just make no sense to die on. It just makes no sense. Like, again, and I'm sorry to bring it, but this is a hot topic. I know it has nothing to do with this, but they're dying on the hill of Carmelo Anthony at this point. At this moment in time, a lot of the black community is dying on the hill of Carmelo Anthony, knowing that kid actually killed somebody. He murdered another kid over nothing, over a push. And they're saying that that's self-defense. After Carmelo Anthony was told over 15 times to get out of there, to leave, that he wasn't in his tent. The people... And by the way, we'll probably have a verdict today because they're doing closing arguments today. The people who were supposed to be on Carmelo Anthony's side absolutely mangled the defense. And you still have black people online, like, saying these things that don't even make any sense. Like, they're literally dying on a hill that makes no sense to die on. If the kid committed a crime, just say he committed a crime and that's it. Why are you dying on the hill of a joke about George Floyd? The dude was a criminal drug addict who held pregnant women at gunpoint and robbed them. And then he overdosed because he swallowed the drugs that he didn't want the cops to find. But because you think that the cop murdered him, you can't make jokes about him? What? He's not a saint. He's not a good person. This isn't even somebody who I would even attempt to even give a shit about. Now, somebody I would care about is somebody like David Dorn, who was a decorated member of his society, retired from the police force, had a business and community. And when George Floyd was killed, they tried to rob his business. They went in there and he tried to defend his business and they killed him for it. But there was no peep over David Dorn, who was an actual productive member of society and gave back to his community. It just makes absolutely no sense. But again, I commend Kevin Hart for wanting to stand up for what he believes in, which is comedy. And in comedy, no topic is off limits, no matter how bad you think it is or how offensive you find it. Comedy is the one place that I think we could all come together and be able to laugh even at the most tragic things imaginable. I've been to comedy specials, comedy sets in downtown Manhattan on 82nd and 2nd, I believe, in New York, where they have the comedy club or whatever, where people were making jokes about 9/11. And people laughed. And it's okay. I mean, that was a tragedy. But my point is that you should be allowed to, as a comedian, you should be allowed to make terrible or light of even terrible situations. But listen, I'm going to wrap it up there again. I commend Kevin Hart, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. And if you like what I do and you want to support my work, I have links in the description box below. You can buy me a coffee or send me a cash app. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.